What is up, everybody? RandomRandomMan here, bringing you my review for Moana. Now, the plot basically follows our title character herself, Moana, voiced by Ali'i Cravalho, the daughter of a Polynesian tribe chief who is chosen by the ocean itself to reunite a mystical relic to a goddess. However, when trouble strikes over Moana's island, she sets sail in search of the legendary demigod Maui, voiced by Dwayne Johnson, in hopes of saving her people. This is the latest film from Walt Disney Animation Studios, and they've had a long history of films over many years, and I'm definitely interested in seeing what they always do next whenever their new film does come up. The directors of this film in particular, though, have directed some well-beloved Disney films, such as The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, The Princess and the Frog, and this is their first CG animated film. That had me interested in seeing what they would do with a new animation format, but also with its concept involving Polynesian culture, since I am always interested in learning about different cultures that are separate from my own. Right off the bat, I'll say that the voice acting in this movie is wonderful. Ali'i Cravalho brings a lot of enthusiasm into portraying Moana herself. She is really spunky, gutsy. I think she also has a very pleasant singing voice. She brings this character to life through her voice and sheer will, and giving us a lot of motivation to root for her. We also, of course, have Dwayne Johnson as the demigod Maui. Super entertaining, even when it's just his voice. The amount of charisma he exudes with this character brings in a lot of the film's humor, but also with a lot of nice chemistry with Cravalho and portraying Moana. This is really great to see them bounce off of each other. The rest of the voice acting in this film is also really nice to listen to, even with Alan Tudyk voicing this really odd rooster, despite the fact he's called a chicken throughout this film, named Hey Hey, the animal sidekick to Moana, as Maui points out at one point in the movie. All around, very terrific voice acting here. The writing in this film is definitely something really engaging to see. What I would have to say is that the movie starts out slow at first, but that gives us a sense of who we are dealing with within this plot, especially with Moana herself getting a lot of character development and backstory. Then once we eventually meet Maui, that's when the movie gets a lot more kinetic in its energy, and that's what makes us want to keep watching this film too. In addition to how we are introduced to the gorgeous animation. Wow. This is among the most breathtaking animation I've seen, not only all year, but in recent memory too. Disney really always ups the ante in what they can basically do with the art of animation. Just the way this unspecified region in Polynesia looks, and the water animation itself just had me in awe. It looks so beautiful. I could not take my eyes off of the screen for a single second. The animation on Maui's tattoos, by the way, are really cool. 2D animation blended in there. Really nice to see that Disney is upholding their roots. Along with the animation, I think this movie flowed really well at about 1 hour and 40 minutes. Each new scene adds on to the last, especially when action does brew in. The high seas action in this film, especially with one sequence involving these cute little pirates named the Kakamora, really made me feel like I was watching a high seas chase that was very reminiscent of Mad Max. I'm sure the intention of this film wasn't supposed to be to replicate this film franchise, but that's what it felt like to me, and that scene was so riveting to watch. As invested as I was throughout this film, really my flaws with the movie stemmed from it not exploring enough as I wanted, which is a testament to really how enthralled I was with watching this movie. There was some things involving Polynesian culture that I would have liked more insight towards, especially since we didn't necessarily get a real sense of scale with this movie. We don't know how far away this journey was in the high seas away from Moana's home island. So there was a little bit of discrepancy there between the film. There was also a lack of a villain. There is a threat introduced at the beginning of the movie that has a looming presence throughout the film and definitely shows up by the end of the movie during the final sequence. But there was not that much sense of urgency until that final sequence to even get us to that point. We are definitely treated to some really beautiful animation. The songs, I forgot to mention the songs. The songs are really catchy in this movie. I wouldn't say they're necessarily going to become classics anytime soon, but I definitely was humming some of the tunes after I saw this film. All in all, I will say that I was genuinely delighted by Moana throughout. 2016 has been a pretty solid year for animated movies, and Moana just adds another bone to the nice pile of treats we have gotten within the genre. Is this my favorite animated movie of the year? No. Walt Disney Animation's other high-profile movie this year, Zootopia, remains my favorite animated movie of the year, but also one of my favorite films of 2016 in general for how strong its social commentary was and how heavy-handed its message really was in being impactful. I will still say Moana had nice messages on its own, and never giving up, being strong within yourself. Moana herself is a very nice role model for young girls and boys to look up to. That just made me really feel warm and fuzzy inside, because all the hallmarks of a really good Disney movie are here. The voice acting, the animation, the music with its original songs and score, the messages, the writing, the very nice direction from the animation team. I think that everything that Moana sets out to be, it does well on its own, and I definitely recommend it. Psst, by the way, if you're seeing this movie, you'd want to get to the theater early, as you'll be treated to a terrific animated short film named Inner Workings right before Moana. My final verdict for Moana is 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you all, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment on what you thought of Moana, subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you on the next movie review.